Hello, how are you doing today? I hope you're having a lovely start to December. It's time for me today to talk about my November favourites. I had a pretty great month. It was my birthday month. I'm all recovered from COVID. I did some really fun things and I'm excited to talk about them today. I'm going to start with TV shows and I'm going to mention the Great British Bake Off again. The final was last week, so the show is over for another year. I think this may have been my favourite series yet. I've mentioned this before, but the bakers this year, I really loved them. I mean, normally in Bake Off, you know, they're always really nice and they always really get along together, and it's the thing that makes Bake Off so great. But this year I just feel like the contestants were especially great. It was just such a nice vibe. There were so many great characters, some really funny people. It just really elevated this series, I thought. And also for TV shows, Wolf Hall is back after 10 years or something. Series 2 of the BBC drama starring Mark Rylance as Thomas Cromwell. Really enjoyed this series, reminded of how much I enjoyed the first one. Have no idea why they have brought it back now, but you know, glad that they have. Now on to a couple of films. It has been a big month for me, November has, because I went to the cinema twice, and I very rarely go to the cinema, so it was a big treat. Firstly, I saw Gladiator 2, the sequel to Gladiator. This is another big gap between 1 and 2. I am a big fan of the first Gladiator film. I loved it. I have seen it so many times. I watched it a lot when I was at uni. I had it on video. I only actually got it on DVD couple of years ago. So big fan of the first film. I didn't enjoy the sequel as much. In my opinion, I didn't think it was a very good sequel, but I thought that it was a very good film. I feel like Gladiator as a standalone film is excellent, pretty perfect, and it sort of ends on a note of hope. You know, Maximus kind of sacrifices himself for a better future, and then of course in the second film that better future has not happened, so it kind of ruins that a bit. So I think watching Gladiator, the original film, in future, I will just be pretending that the second film doesn't exist. Just noticed I never turned my microphone on until right now, so oh well. But as a standalone film, I really enjoyed Gladiator 2. It was very exciting and entertaining. The action was so good. There were some great performances and some great characters. It had good pacing. You know, there were some slow moments in the original Gladiator film, but it didn't really have that so much in this film. So I had a really great time watching the film. I just felt like as a sequel, it wasn't entirely what I would have hoped for. And my favourite film of the month, and probably the year, is Wicked, the film adaptation of the musical about the Witches of Oz. Such a great adaptation, so true to the source material. Happy it's been split into 2 parts, so they didn't need to rush the story. Also very happy that they filmed it all at the same time, so we don't have to wait years and years for part 2. Very happy to only have to wait about a year. Can't wait to see the second part. The performances were uniformly excellent. The production was amazing. It looked so great. It was a fantastic film to see in a cinema. Definitely buying the DVD when it comes out. I want to watch it over and over again. I think one of my favourite musical films ever. Now a couple of video games. This month we finished playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on stream. Really enjoyed the game. Did get a bit overwhelmed by how much you could do at the end, but it was so good and high quality and dramatic and fun to play. Such a wonderful game. And we've also started playing Dragon Age The Veilguard, the long-awaited Dragon Age game. Inquisition was the first game that I played on the PlayStation 4 when I got it about, 10 years ago. I'm so happy to be back in the world of Dragon Age again with, some new material. I'm really enjoying the game. It is quite different to the previous games, I feel, in terms of look and, game mechanics. I'd say they're the biggest changes. But I do really like the look of the game and the game mechanics. So I am not complaining. I'm having a fantastic time playing. The story also seems more like self-contained and linear this time. There's less branching off possible so far from what I can tell, which also suits me as a player. So yes, different but good. Now a place this month I visited, Frameless in London, and it was a really lovely time. It took about a couple of hours to walk through. There are 4 rooms that you go in that have different themes, and you're inside artworks basically. Looking at art, often art that you recognise and know already, but sort of in a slightly different way. So there's movement and music and you're surrounded by it, and in one of the rooms there's a little bit of interaction with the artwork as well, which is fun. So if you're in the London area, it's worth a look. I went on a very busy Saturday, and I'd say the quieter it is when you go, the better. So that would be my only recommendation, but it was a really good trip and I'm glad I went. Now onto a present. As I mentioned, it was my birthday in November and I got given this Aloy artwork, Aloy being the character from Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West. My friend got it for me at MCM. It's by Emily Megan X Art, and I love it. I love the colours and the movement. So my friend got me the picture and then my mum got it framed for my birthday. So it's like a double present and I can't wait to put it on my wall. And now finally onto some purchases. I bought a few things this month. Firstly, I got some colouring pens, this folder of 108 pens. They're not a particular brand, I just got them online because they were on sale. I really enjoy colouring, but I don't really get on with colouring pencils, so I thought that I'd try pens instead, and it turned out that was a really good shout. So if you also like colouring, then maybe try some colouring pens. They're dual tip markers, so one end is thick and one end is thin. They do bleed through in some colouring books, unfortunately, so that's the downside. I've tested them in all the colouring books I own, and in about like 2/3 they don't really bleed through unless you're sort of over colouring. I'm currently working on this Discworld colouring book that I've had for years. This is the one I'm working on now. I am on page 1, so I'm not sure if you can see, but it bleeds through a little bit. But the thing I really like about this book is that like the main colouring is just on one page. So so there'll be like text on the left and then the right will be the full picture to colour. So all these years I've just been using the wrong materials. I should have just got some cheap pens and I would have been a lot happier. Oh well, I've got them now. Also, I found this, which is a sort of a stress ball. It's like a squidgy stress ball. It's called a Nido Gumdrop. I heard of it because Rosé from Blackpink recommended it, said it was an excellent sort of stress ball, and she is correct. It is the best stress ball. It has a lot of resistance, which makes it really satisfying to squish it. It has a really nice texture as well, which makes it very tactile. It's just the perfect stress ball. I only got one and I wish I'd got more, and I hope to see them again, and if I do, I'm buying more. I have never found a stress ball as good as this. In all of my years of fidget toys, I am getting 2 fillings next week and this is coming with me. And finally, I went to quite a few craft fairs this month. A lot of craft fairs on around in these parts in the run up to Christmas, and I got a couple of things, both at the same stall, which I wanted to show you. I got this wall art, which is sort of a dragon coming through a wall, which I just thought was so cool I had to get it. And I also got this pen pot, which is like a little tree fairy cottage, just built around a standard tin. I just love them. I had to get them, sort of, fantasy vibes. So those are some of my favourite things from November. It's been such a fun month. I'd love to know some of your favourite things from last month, and do you have any thoughts on the things I've talked about today? Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back soon with another video. I hope you have a lovely start to December, and let's move across to the end screen. If you'd like to see my latest video or some more favourites videos, then you can do that below me here, and if you'd like to subscribe to my channel or visit my website, then you can do that beside me here. There's also a link to my Patreon page in the description below if you fancy checking it out. Take care, stay safe and well, and I will see you soon.